Mindy, you came and you came without flagging. But since you've been gay,
You get it, right?
Andy, you kissed me and...
Hey Movie Club, how's it going? This week we watched another movie on Netflix. This week it was Can't Hardly Wait. I heard Steven say Can't Hardly Wait, which sounded like Kate Hardly Wait, which given the poster that they put up, it looked like it said Kate, like C-A-I-T. It was actually an apostrophe. Can't Hardly Wait is the title of this week's movie. So the movie is about the high school experience, but mainly it's a story about a love-struck Preston, played by Ethan Embry, who is, because I was trying to figure out where he's from, I looked it up. He's in Once Upon a Time at the moment. And Amanda, played by Jennifer Love Hewitt, who's in a bunch of other movies. The movie is mainly about these two, and I guess Ethan, or Preston's, journey to figure out how he's going to win Amanda over now that she's finally single in their final week of high school, and he's going to be leaving the next day at this big party. So he figures, well, we've got this big party, I'm going to go, I'm going to get Amanda, and everything's going to be fine because we're fated. They use the word fated quite a lot. Fated, not faded. They're not faded at all. They're quite... Anyway, there's this sort of slightly underlying theme of, is fate or destiny a real thing? But it's quite a small focus, but it's still there. With Dexter, it's a case of what will I become in college, and I'm gonna dump my girlfriend because college chicks are real women, right? And then so he tries to get all his other friends to do the same, and you guys gotta do it because that's our thing. That's what I'm having in the future. Then this guy comes along and he's like, I'm you in the future kind of thing. He's not really, but symbolism, juxtapositioning, symmetry, storytelling. With Preston and Amanda, it's a very obvious, will I get together with a girl of my dreams who I, think is so amazing. And the reason I played that song before was because, well, one, it was funny. Every time I hear the song, Barry Manilow's Mandy, or Oh Mandy, whichever one you would play, what happens is he listens to the song and he's like, I'm fated to meet Amanda, it's playing tonight, it's short for Amanda, Mandy, we're fated, destiny. And with Amanda, it's more of a case of, who is this letter from, what's going on? I feel like I'm drawn to this other person, like this person is like, they're the one for me, if they're going to write this stuff about me, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. And she kind of tells a little story about, before high school and now during high school and all that stuff. Preston's best friend at the time, Denise, and Kenny, I think it is, played by Seth Green, amazing character, simply because the way that he talks is awesome, it's hilarious. And their story about how they get together and how, they used to be really close and they came apart and they come together, and, so a lot of it ends up not so much becoming fate and fated and destiny, but more so the school journey and where they're ending up now and what they're going to do to change what has happened or what they might regret, or are they going to change it all? Like Dexter's character, who ends up buddying up with one of the biggest nerds that he used to bully in high school, and who comes out and sets out to get him but ends up covering his back, but he's still in public that same bully, that same Dexter guy. It's I suppose the typical story of, you talk to me like this when, it's just us and we're hanging out, but when you're with your friends, you're this completely different person, which, it happens. Some of my favorite moments in this included the band and how silly they acted about, the t-shirts and the hat. No, you can't wear the t-shirts. Well, if he's going to wear the t-shirt, I'm going to wear the hat. You can't wear the hat. No! Having been in a band, I can identify with the silly arguments that happen. Most of them are just that silly. The scenes with the two nerds or geeks, or if you've been watching Sorcerer for a while, Gerds, on top of the shed, and how they're waiting out for their friend to lure the bully over, and they're doing like lightsaber fights with their flashlights, which I totally did for ages. I love getting like actually I've got mine here somewhere. Like I could go to like a really, really bright one, And anytime I go camping, I like shine the sky. I'm like, I love it. And eventually they lose the flashlights. They mistake their friend for being just some other guy because he finally fits in. He becomes popular, and they take embarrassing pictures. Blah blah blah. You should watch it if you haven't already, and if you haven't, spoilers. It's silly because you're watching Movie Club after the movie. If you're watching it before the movie, you don't get the spoilers. So, if you don't want the spoilers, watch the movie and then watch the Movie Club. That is how it works in Movie Club. Not metaphorically or opinionatively. But that's how it works. You watch the movie, you watch the club, or you upload your own video like I'm doing here. Goods. And then of course there's those just, small scenes like at the beginning where they're talking about all these little gossip stuff. He's like, where you been, man? Like, this happened like ages ago. Like, just found out the guy who's naked underneath his graduation robes, all that kind of stuff. I think it's, it's all good. And then there's obviously the really awkward scene with the foreign student who's sitting there in the pool, and Preston releases his life story, and then he's sitting there and he's like, would you like to touch my... Which is a line, which ends up being a line that he has learned from some of the other students making fun of him because he's foreign, but also being like, haha, that's awesome, you're great. And I think everyone has done this, no matter how much you say, I never did that. You totally did that. Even if you're maybe even a person who's foreign and you've taught someone to say something that's rude, inappropriate, or just funny. I am friends with a family that is from Sweden, and they decided to tell my best mate, oh yeah, you want to say hi to our family? He was just, hanging out with them. They had some family over, so like, oh, you want to say hi to our family? Okay, here's how you say it. You go up to them and say Snigorumpa, and I'll let you Google that and find out what that means. Snigorumpa. I don't even know how to spell it. On the whole, I really liked this movie, but it's not really something that I watch over and over again, but it's definitely something that I might come back to every now and then, just for a little bit of a laugh. Love Ethan Embry, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Donald Faison, and Seth Green in the movie. Watch it if you're after something new to watch, and then you can decide for yourself whether it's something you want to bring up lots of times, or if you're like me and you just kind of want to go, yeah, it was okay, but I might watch it every now and then. Cool. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. As a whole... Seth Green.